Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We back. It's Upcore Vision dropping another episode tonight. It's your boy, F. Woods. We here with the great one, Donnie Tsunami. And we got my man, the OG, triple OG, Money Dang. And we are Up Court Vision. As usual, breaking down some sports like we have been. You know what I mean? We getting at y'all tonight. And we're going to start it off in Philly. So, Ben Simmons, he has a partially dislocated kneecap. With this injury, is Philly season over? What I mean by that, though, not they season, but like they really like they playoff like chances. Like, is it over for them? Yeah. Tsunami, it's on you.
I wouldn't say it's over. I believe they might have the same sort of chance they had with Ben Simmons. Obviously, they have a slight better chance, but based on the numbers and if you watch the games, when Philly play without Ben Simmons, they're able to spread the floor. They're able to do a lot more with Joel Embiid, get him a lot better touches in different areas, and they've been playing solid. Period. So I believe they could still make a second round playoff push, which they would have did with him anyway. So I don't know if it's over, but I don't think it gets too much worse than it is, too much worse either.
Money Dan, what you think?
Poppy, it's finito. It's over. It's over. I mean, they're not gonna make no run. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody came to the bubble to make a run at the championship. And without a dynamic player like Ben Simmons, it's over for them. Maybe they can win a couple of games here and there. Joel Embiid is going to have to play at the top of his game right now. But, I'm a firm advocate in, when you have better players on the court, you can't double team.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid will be a lot more double teams, and now it's going to be about the other players that's on the team making big shots. And can they do it? I don't know. It remains to be seen. They don't have the players like they used to have, the J.J. Reddicks and the Covingtons and everything like that, and shoot the long ball, you know what I mean, when you kick it out, you dump it in on the inside. But it's over for those guys, man.
Yeah, is Embiid going to be disciplined enough to keep on consistently kicking out of those double team and trusting his teammates to actually hit shots? You know what I mean? He be getting frustrated a lot with those guys, and I'm saying that doesn't bode well for the team chemistry. And not having Ben Simmons, that hurts. So in saying that, I think they done. They saying that, there's no timetable with this injury. He may be able to come back. He may not. He's out indefinitely right now, but they don't know if he's going to make it back or not. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is that if you not, you at the bubble, and my whole thing is that if he's not healthy enough to compete at 100%, I wouldn't even come back if I was him. I feel like they wasn't real title contenders anyway. So I don't feel like it does him any good if he's not really 100% and can't really get back for him to come back and further risk injuring himself. You know what I mean? I don't think that does them any good. But without him playing, he's a huge piece of their team. You know what I mean? He might not shoot well, but he does almost everything else on the floor extremely well. He's a great passer. He's a great finisher. He's a great defender. We rarely talk about that. He's a great defender. And he defends multiple positions on the floor. You know what I mean? And he does that all while running the team. So, yeah, he might not be hitting shots like we all want him to, but he still puts up respectable offensive numbers. And he's still a threat. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say something that might not be too popular right now. And I might take a beat and get a bashing for this, but I'm just going to say it. I think in the future, Elton Brand needs to strongly consider trading Joel Embiid. I know, Tsunami, what you said, that they play better without Simmons on the floor. But, for me, I just feel like them two together, they're not winning a ring. So you might want to capitalize on Embiid while you can right now. You could trade him. You're going to get a boatload in return for Joel Embiid. What team in the league wouldn't want a big man like Joel Embiid? He's one of the top 3 big men in the league. You're going to get a boatload in return from him. Like, I just don't see that pair as a winning title pair right now. Like, eventually, they're going to have to break it up. And I don't think you're going to be able to get, if you trade Ben Simmons, I don't think you're going to be able to get in return what you could get if you trade Embiid. So that, but like I said, that is further along the line, but that was something I was thinking about.
I agree with you. I mean, if I'm Philly, I would trade, like you said, the player that got the better market value, which is Embiid. He could just do more than Ben Simmons could do. He could shoot the 3. He could pass. He could just do more than Ben Simmons could do. I don't think he can't really do is run the team. And I mean,
yeah, I don't think he's not a better passer than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons the point guard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't run the team. He can't do that. So I mean, if I'm Philly, I'm gonna keep the guy that's gonna run the team and that could work on a jumper. He could work on a jumper. He could get that. That's gonna come. Right now, Embiid is more injury prone than Ben Simmons. He just had some freak accident. Like, he literally just stepped and he came out. That's like, Embiid has been getting more hurt consistently. So like you said, I would capitalize on the fact that he's healthy, playing good. He's clearly going to play better because the numbers show he played better with Simmons out. And at the end of the year, I would try to get something.
What you think about that, Dan?
I agree. I mean, I agree with both of you guys say. You know what I mean? The trade value for him right now would be the best for Philly going forward. But back to the question, like, it's over for those guys, man. I don't see it happening for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was over. It was over for those guys when they let JJ Redick walk and Jimmy Butler. It was over for them then. So,
I mean, like, if you watch them this season, you know, they played well, and they especially played well at home this season. So I mean, for a lot of teams, you know, when you look at it, not having home court advantage at any point in time, you know, it hurts. You know.
Yeah, but the bubble. Now, what was you saying there?
Not having their team at full strength, you know, and it's definitely not a good idea for, you know, Ben Simmons to play hurt or try to play through this injury. You know, just for the future and for the franchise, you know, I definitely wouldn't want to see that. You know, not in these circumstances. I think it's more important for him to get healthy. You know, I know I've had knee injuries. I've had reconstructive surgery on both of my knees. So I mean, can you play with partial tears? Yeah, but you're gonna cause more damage in the long run. So shutting him down right now is the best thing to do. And I think running the offense through Embiid so he can showcase himself and get his marketability up and get him out of here. And you got to go in another direction right now. But the only thing bad about that is when you look at it, Philly has had several big men that they drafted. And to let Embiid go, that would be another one that bites the dust. You know what I mean? Top picks.
Now, I hear you, but listen, those guys still have not – you've been waiting for the process forever. And it still has not – it has not benefited them yet. Like, at the end of the season, somebody got to go. Like, it's either going to be Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, or the coach. Most likely probably going to be the coach. He probably going to go first. And then if that don't work out, then one of them two going to go. But somebody going to go.
Who's that? Brett Brown, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad coach. You know what I mean? You got to look at it. Last year they were one bounce, or not one bounce, about 3-4 bounces from going to the Eastern Conference Championship.
Yeah, but you know how this works, Money Dame. This is a win. This is a winner's game. This is a winner's league. I mean, yeah, there was a couple of bounces away, but they still lost. And what happened? They
Right.
lost. Jimmy Butler's ghost. JJ Redick ghost. Like,
Um,
you know what happens when you lose. The
yeah,
things
Ben
start.
Simmons.
Yeah,
So
I
they're
hear you.
done.
All right. So, what team? We talked about the NFC yesterday. What team in the AFC do you believe can stop Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs? Money Dame, it's on you.
We're gonna get straight to it. Straight to it. It's got to be the Baltimore Ravens, but it has to be a caveat to that. The caveat to that is that they need to sign Antonio Brown. If they can sign Antonio Brown, he take his 8 games and come into the season. Oh man, there's a lot of firepower over there right now. There's an absolute lot of firepower over there right now. You know, and I would encourage it, you know, that Antonio, take the 8 games, get yourself back into the best shape possible. You sat out mostly damn near the whole season.
Pretty
Sit
much.
back, relax. You know what I mean? Learn our system, watch our games. That's your videotape. And come in, play the last 9 games with us strong and get ready for the playoffs. That's your season. That's a season for you. That's a season. You know what I mean? We're not going to need you for the first 8. We want you to get yourself right. But the Baltimore Ravens, I think it might be something to watch right there. You know what I mean? And you already saw over the summer, you know, if you stayed up and you stayed abreast of what was going on in the NFL, you know, they were working out together early this summer already. You know, trying to get a little chemistry together and everything. That's what that'd be about. You know, so I think Lamar Jackson is going to be an advocate for that situation, and I think
Yeah,
that
he
might
already
take him
has
over
been.
the top. That's going to take him over the top. He knows what he needs, and at that point in time, like that's the team that I would like to see play against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? You always want to see the best 2 teams playing. I think those 2 will be the best 2 teams playing.
Tsunami, what you think?
I gotta agree with Dame. Off the top, it gotta be Baltimore. Look at the season they had last year. Lamar Jackson was a killer. He didn't show he belonged in the league, and it'd just be great to see another black quarterback succeed. But on the other end of that, another team that just off the top of my head that I could think that could maybe give them a run for their money might be Houston, man. Deshaun Watson is a dangerous quarterback. The dude is super smart, man. Like, I just listening to him talk in interviews, he really know how to break down defenses and know and understand where to put the ball and have the ability to actually put the ball where it needs to be. So Houston is a team that I believe could give them a run for their money if it's not Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I agree with both of you. Like, I mean, first of all, it's hard to bet against the champs right now, mainly because they bring in mostly everybody back. Their star quarterback, Young, he's still getting better. He has a great offensive mind, the head coach, Andy Reid. The offensive coordinator should be a team's head coach right now. Like, he got strong people around him as far as on the field and in leadership position. That bodes very well for Kansas City. But if it's one team I had to go with, it will be the Baltimore Ravens. I know that the last 2 seasons in the playoffs, they had terrible losses. But the best the best teacher is experience. You know what I mean? So you take those 2 terrible losses in the playoffs, you come into this season with a chip on your shoulder. You know what I mean? So not only are y'all talented, but y'all pissed off that y'all lost poorly in the playoffs these past 2 seasons. Like, you bring that with you. You play with, like, a different type of hunger. You know what I mean? You got a quarterback who people was pretty much shitting on, didn't think he was going to be able to play in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, I was watching him back at Louisville. You know, I'm a Louisville fan. That's my favorite college football team. I mean, my favorite college football program, period. I mess with them in basketball and football. But, you know what I mean? Like, Even back then, teams was passing on him, trying to get him to switch positions. They didn't think he could do it. Like, he's already showed you that he could do it. You know what I mean? Like, and he getting better. You know what I'm saying? You surround him. I like the idea of them getting Antonio Brown, Money Dame. I think that'd be good for them. And I just think as an organization, I like what they do. They always develop their players well. They draft well. The chemistry on that team is really good. Like, I believe they have all the parts to eventually actually win a Super Bowl and come out of the AFC. But I would say a silent killer in the background is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I believe that they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I know that Kansas City got the crazy offensive firepower, but I believe Pittsburgh could slow them down. And they're going to be coming in with a healthy Big Ben. Big Ben been there and did that already. So he has all that you need in the quarterback position. He got the experience. Like, he knows how to manage the game. Like, he knows how to do this. I love their head coach, Mike Tomlin. He's a great leader of men. You know what I mean? I always think that's important. And I think if that defense could get even better from what they are, because I think they're one of the top defenses in the NFL. And now you bring in Big Ben, who's going to be healthy for a whole season. Like, I think they sneaky in the background. Like, I think we should keep a close eye on that.
I'm gonna let both of y'all know right now. At the end of the day, Houston, Pittsburgh, both of them.
You want to see?
That'll be negative. That's a double negatory. You know what I mean? Houston, you lost D-Hop. You will never recover from that one. You lost D-Hop. The coach and D-Hop, like, if I'm the coach, I gotta keep D-Hop. I gotta keep D-Hop.
Gotta keep
happy.
Deshaun happy.
Yeah, you gotta keep both of them happy. Now, neither one of them is happy. Well, one is happy because he gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Deshaun, after this year, he gonna be gone. Now, Pittsburgh, I mean, I think they went
defense
wrong.
legit.
I think Tomlin has a good hold on the team over there. Like, he's a very underrated coach, and he does a lot more with less. But once they got the free safety from the Jets last year, what's his name?
Didn't they get Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, when they got Minkah Fitzpatrick.
He didn't come from the Jets, but they got Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Not from the Dolphins. The Dolphins. He came from the Dolphins. But when they got him, the defense turned around. You know what I mean? He's a baller. But at the same time, offensively, they weren't able to get it together. And you could probably say it was the quarterback and everything. But guess what? The biggest problem with Pittsburgh is no way that you let go of Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? You sit Roethlisberger, you sit Antonio Brown, and you sit Le'Veon Bell down in the front office, and you get this thing straight, because they had the opportunity to win multiple championships if all of them could get on the same page. But somewhere along the line, something went wrong. And, you know what I mean, when you look at leadership and you look at organizations, and from an organizational standpoint, you got to get all those players in the room, and you got to get that right. But at the end of the day, it's about the Baltimore Ravens. Because just like you said, F-Dot, you know what I mean? They do a great job in developing players. They have a great system under Harbaugh, great coach, comes from a great coaching family. At the end of the day, it's Baltimore's time. I think they've been on the doorstep. It's wide open right now with Tom Brady not being in the NFC East.
AFC.
Whatever.
AFC.
I mean AFC East. Like, who else we talking about in the AFC? Period. Who are we talking about? You think Tannehill taking Houston somewhere? Not Houston.
Negative.
Not Houston.
I actually think they're gonna take a step back this year.
Absolutely. Who else is in the AFC right now?
I still like.
Who else?
I still like Houston, man.
Houston.
Yeah, I do.
Who they throwing the ball to?
They got Randall Cobb and they got Brandon.
And who?
Brandon Cooks.
Them two little guys? Those is two little guys. They fast. Those is two little guys.
They still productive.
And they play the same position. They play the same position. Who's your number one out there?
Yeah,
Who's number one?
I feel like
Right.
it's slow. It's slow in the AFC, boy. It's slow.
I like them on
Like
field, but I say they still got to play the game, bro.
it's slow in the AFC. I mean, who you going? I mean, I don't believe in the Browns. Like I know on paper they one of the best teams out, but I just don't believe in them. Like I gotta see it. I don't believe in those dudes.
Nah.
Like I
You
don't believe in them.
Tsunami?
Huh?
Nah, I thought Tsunami was saying something because I was about to say something.
Nah, go ahead. You got it.
Nah, I just said I don't
Cleveland
believe in
Browns?
Cleveland and the Browns. I don't believe in them.
All right, listen. The Cleveland Browns got a lot over there.
They
My
do.
problem with the Cleveland Browns is they got a new head coach over there. So that means they have a new system. You know, do they have the players? Absolutely. Do they have the offense and defense? Defense? Absolutely. I thought they should have did better last year. But I
Facts.
think where the Cleveland Browns went wrong at is not picking up Cam Newton. If they would have picked up Cam Newton and sat Baker Mayfield down, Baker Mayfield had 2 seasons. He had a decent rookie year, and last year he kind of showed his true colors after the film got in and you're able to scheme against him and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you would have got Cam Newton, let Baker Mayfield sit under him and learn from an MVP quarterback. Oh man, that would have been dynamic over there. That would have been dynamic over there. That's why I think I need a job in one of those front offices, man. I'll put it together.
Me too.
Yeah, nah. I respect it. I respect it. Like I just think that team, I just hope that they had the new head coach they got. I just hope he could get the job done from a leadership standpoint. Like if he could figure that thing out leadership wise and get those guys to really like play like a well-oiled machine, I think they'll live up to their potential and they might be all right. But like that's gonna be a huge piece. Like, can he get these guys on the same page? You know what I mean? But it's hard to be learning new different systems for Baker Mayfield every year he's been in the league. Like, you know what I mean? That's tough on a quarterback, especially a young quarterback.
Exactly,
and you got to make Odell happy.
You know what? From a leadership point of view, what you really need to do is always get coaches that are just as good or better than you. You know what I mean? You got to sit the players down. You got to analyze what do our players do well, and you cater to them. It's not about your system. And I mean, that's just me personally. You know what I mean? It's not about my system and what I want these guys to play. You know what I mean? Once I step into a situation, I evaluate the talent, I see who does what, and now it's my job to cater to them and put them in the best situation possible to be successful. You know, and if the coach can do that and he can get some great coaches to coach the positions and he just handle the leadership things and step in where he needs to be, you know, Cleveland could be one of those underdogs. So besides Baltimore and Cleveland and Baltimore in the same conference, you know what I mean? I believe that's the AFC North.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's in that conference too.
Absolutely. So it's a lot of fireworks going off over there.
Yeah, it's tough
But
over there.
That would be the other team. That would be the other team, Cleveland. I would take Cleveland over Pittsburgh at this point in time.
And they young Joe Burrow over there in Cincinnati. They're gonna be terrible, but you know, they still building. They building for the future. Like that conference is all right. They got Cincinnati, the Browns, they got the Ravens, and Pittsburgh. That conference is gonna be a battle.
Cincinnati is. I bet you Cincinnati be tough this year. They got wide receivers out there, the wazoo, right? They got a couple of tight ends over there, right? They got Joe Mixon over there. So offensively, they're gonna be pretty good. Now, can they pull that defense together? Defense a little shaky over there, but offensively, even with Joe Burrow, you know, you giving him some weapons over there. They're gonna be all right. A lot of their weapons they were hurt this year.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right, but I don't predict them to seriously be in contention for winning the division.
Nah, not win the division. They can get a playoff berth.
They'll
Because as you
make
said, they're a tough division over there.
it's a tough division over there. They're gonna be fighting again. Like they're not better. I don't think they're better than the other three teams in that division. To me, they're the last team in the division.
So I would have to do the research. Can 3 teams from a division? Matter of fact, I'm not even picking
That
3
it would
teams.
have to be where it would have to
Pittsburgh
be.
not even gonna make it.
You don't think Pittsburgh? Oh, you don't believe in Pittsburgh?
No, I don't. I don't.
Yeah, we
I'm telling you
going.
right now.
Yeah, we bringing this back during the football season. Cause I 100% believe Pittsburgh gonna make the playoffs this year.
We're gonna bring it back for Houston too, because Houston definitely gonna make some noise too. And out.
Yeah, we coming back to this Money Day.
All right, well, that's what I'm gonna let y'all know. I second both of those motions.
Okay. Oh, that's
Bring
what
it
I like
back.
to
Bring
hear.
it back.
I mean, we putting a bet on that. That's what this is
That's
sounding
what's up.
like. This is sounding like we putting a bet on that. All right, let's moving on to the next question. If the Cowboys don't make a deep run in the playoffs, should they pay Dak? Tsunami.
Oh, I mean, I think the Cowboys should already pay Dak. They probably should have paid my man last year. We want to be honest. Dak been doing his thing since he took over for Dallas, man. I think he overachieved. They expected my man to be a 4-yard passer and then just hand it off to Zeke, which who would blame you if you were a fan of Dallas because Zeke is a monster. But Dak been doing his thing, man. I think last year he threw for over 4,000. Get a man his money, man. They playing with him. I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he came out and just started throwing the ball to everybody else and did a Jameis Winston. You feel me? 30 for 30.
Yeah, they also went 8-8 and lost to every good team they played last year though.
That wasn't all on him. That's not all on him. That's a team sport. He did his job to the best of his ability is all I'm saying. He could have did worse. He probably was expected to do worse. He did better than he was expected to do. They really I feel like you should pay the man, but I'm the type of person everybody needs to get their money. I think everybody should get paid. So that's really my response to that. But yeah, Dallas got the talent to make it. You know, pay the man, make everybody happy.
Money Dame.
I mean, if they don't do well next year, no, don't pay him. Get rid of him. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, what are you waiting for to pay him right now? What are you waiting for him to do? You know, you put the keys in his hands. I mean, I understand that they haven't made big runs in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, like, get rid of him and do what you want to do anyway. Because you bought another Texas guy in. You got Andy Dalton over there. You know what I mean? That's what you got over there. So that's I think for Jerry Jones, that's a great insurance policy. That's what he wants to see over there anyway. You know, Dak has probably definitely exceeded all expectations. You know, he's definitely played better than Andrew Stafford. Stafford got a deal. You know.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford in Detroit, right?
Yeah, he got a deal.
How many times?
So, I mean,
Dallas been deep in the playoffs with Tony Romo. Tony Romo was getting paid. Tony Romo. How many times Dallas was making big runs in the playoffs with Tony Romo? Tony Romo was getting his money. And they ain't doing this. They wasn't doing this with Tony Romo. Why they doing this with Dak? Why they playing with this man? They wasn't playing with Tony Romo.
I mean, I think a large part of what actually happened with Dak is Jason Garrett and his playing style and his conservativeness. You know, I think that kind of hurt Dak. Me personally, I would like to see Dak use his feet more. I think he stayed in the pocket and act like he has to be a pocket passer. He has to be who he is. And I think that'll open up the Dallas offense way more for him to be an option in the running game and know how to slide and everything like that. So if they got to bring one of the baseball coaches in and help him learn how to slide and all that, do that, you know, because I think he can be what Dallas needs to go to the next level. You know, they gotta let him loose, give him the confidence to know I'm the man. But if you're not paying him, you're not feeling like the man, you know. And hopefully this season goes on and Mike McCarthy can kind of right the ship. You know, I think he might be the man for the job, and he's not going to be a yes man like Jason Garrett. And I'm pretty sure that's why they kept Jason Garrett around for so long, because he was a yes man.
He
Anything
did whatever Jerry Jones wanted him to do.
There you go, and that's how Jerry Jones wanted to win the chip.
But Jerry Jones realized, he felt that pressure. He realized that he can't win like that. That's why he made the change. Like, he realized he can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, the year that Dak took over for Romo, when Romo got hurt that season, I believe they went 13-3. Like, honestly, and this is just me. Obviously, this is just an opinion because we don't know. But I think that year they was a Super Bowl team. Like, I think if Romo was the quarterback, I think they would have made a Super Bowl run that year. But that you know what I'm saying, that's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, like, we can't forget what happened last season. Like, against the garbage teams, Dak looked all world. Against the good teams, he played terrible. Like, that game against Philly at the end of the season that they needed to win to make it to the playoffs, Philly had wide receivers probably the week before that was working in the supermarket. Like, they had nobody on their team. And the Cowboys couldn't even score against them. Like, Dak got to blame in that. Like, they played terrible. The offense was atrocious in that game. Like, I'm not giving him a pass on that. When they played Philly, they needed to beat Philly to make it to the playoffs. Yo, the whole Philadelphia offense was injured except for Carson Wentz. In the game, the tight end got injured. Like, yo, that was unexcusable. I don't know if y'all remember that game. That was unexcusable, bro. That was terrible. That was terrible. Against all the good teams they played last year, look back and look at what Dallas did last year. Against all the good teams, they lost all of those games. They played terrible. And the offense did not look good. Like, so
that's what
I'm just saying. Well, hold on one second. So, like, I think that got something to do with probably why Jerry wasn't quick to pay him. I mean, I still think the man should get paid. That's another thing, because like Tsunami, I think everybody should get their bread. You know what I mean? But, like, he didn't play well against the good teams. He did not play well last year against the good teams. So this year, I feel like they have a great offense. Like, I feel like they got a great coach with McCarthy too. Like, getting rid of Garrett. Maybe they needed to go 8-8 last year for them to finally get rid of Garrett. You bring McCarthy in there, I feel like the team is going to be coached better, and it's going to be more productive in a positive way for them. Like, and for the team, I feel like the additions they made on the defensive end is going to help boost the defense. And, like, Van Der Esch is going to be healthy this year. They lost him during the season last year. That was a big hole. Like, having that linebacker who could run side to side on both sides on the defense, like that was important. Like, he played a huge role in the defense last year. He's going to be healthy this year. Like, I feel like this year, like, with McCarthy, I feel like they're going to play better. But, like, last year, like, against the good teams, he didn't play well. And as a team, they didn't play well. Like,
right, so who does that go on? That goes on the coach. You can't say that's Dak's fault, because the coach put together this team.
I said the team. I just said the team.
You said that Dak played a role in Jerry not wanting him to pay him. So, but at the end of the day, Dak's not out there calling the plays. He's not scheming anything. He's not doing the substitutions. So the person
that can't check out. He can't check out of a play call.
Yeah, I'm saying he can check out a play call, but hold on. Do we know he has that ability, or is he being told what I call, that's what you run? You know what I mean? It's a lot of variables that we really don't know about within the whole situation. See, Tom Brady, he got that. He can do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but isn't that one of the reasons why he left, though? Because he wanted more autonomy. Tom Brady. Because it was Bill Belichick's way of the highway.
Nah, if you look at it, right, with Tom Brady and the Patriots, what big receivers did New England draft to help Tom Brady?
Not
Tom
one.
Brady has done what he's done with less than the average. He hasn't had a big time wide receiver since Randy Moss.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think in his career, that probably was the best receiver he's ever had. Now he's made less, more, but that's based off the too.
That got to do, but Belichick play a role in that. The system play a role in that too.
Exactly. So we talking about Belichick and we talking about Jason Garrett.
Exactly.
You blaming Dak?
Like it's no conversation.
Exactly. So you could only be as good as your coach is helping you to be. And Jason Garrett was a yes man. That's why Dak should be getting paid.
So
at the end of the day.
So if he don't play well this season, it's McCarthy's fault?
No, if he don't play well this season, then it's on him. But then
so
it's kind of almost.
So we're gonna give him a pass for last year.
Nah, I'm not saying give him a pass for last year. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to judge him based off of 1 year McCarthy.
Yeah, especially because it was COVID. They not all together. Like, so if he don't play well, he gonna get another pass. If he don't play well this year,
how didn't he play well last year? Last year, and Dallas was one of the top leading offenses in the league. How did he play well? Like you didn't win games that you were supposed to win, but offensively
in football, that's what matters. You win.
Exactly. But offensively, Dallas was one of the best offenses in the NFL last year. Check the numbers. Now, them winning, that has to do with them playing offense, defense, and special teams.
All right, so they had one. So I'm throwing this out there. They had one game to win last year.
Real quick, and you was one that just said Van Der Esch got hurt. So didn't that hurt them defensively?
Nah, that hurt them defensively.
So guess what? For Dallas to lose, right? The offense of the other team has to score more than your offense. So if the defense is not doing their job, right? How many games did Dallas lose by scoring under 10 points? I know they lost to New England around there.
Top of my head. Hold on.
So that's what you got to look at. You got to look at that.
You can pull that up right
when
now.
they scored less than 10 points, I think maybe against New England in that rainy game. And maybe against the Jets because they played horrible that game.
Yeah,
that's coaching. That's coaching because player for player, the Dallas Cowboys was better than a lot of teams that they lost to. That's coaching.
So you blaming all the losses on Jason Garrett?
Yeah. Yes.
So they lost all the games because of Garrett.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm glad that Garrett's not there no more, but like I don't think you lost all the games because of him. Like
see how many games Dak threw 3 interceptions or 4 interceptions.
All right. So you said how many games they lost within 10 points?
No, how many games they lost when they scored less than 10?
1, 2, and the game they needed to win to make the playoffs against Philly, they scored 9.
All right, so that's 3 games, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, yo, so
how many? Let me ask you this: how many games did they lose with the opposing team scoring more than 24 points?
1, 2, 4.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
All right. So the game they needed to win, against Philly, the score was 17-9. Philly had no one. Like that. So this is what I'm saying.
No one. If they had no one, how did they score 7? If they had no one, how they score 17 points? Because you said they had no one on offense. You ain't say they had no one on defense.
So you telling me that offensively the Cowboys were loaded off. I think Amari was playing with a little injury in that game, but they was healthy on offense. So you telling me that healthy offense that was one of the leading scoring teams in the league last year could only score 9 points against Philly?
Where was that game at?
It was at Philly.
Okay, it was the number one is a NFC East division game in Philly, right? That's number one. That's one strike against you. Number two, Philly's defense wasn't hurt. Their offense was hurt. So against a hurt offense, how can they score 17 points? You tell me. That's defensively.
So you blaming that loss on the defense and Garrett?
Yes.
So the offense kicking 3 field goals, that's good bread. They still should have won that game. They should have won the game scoring 9 points.
Yes. But with no Van Ness, it's very hard.
You can't win games in the NFL only kicking field goals, bro. You got to score touchdowns. You got to score touchdowns.
I'm defense win ball games.
But offensively, you got to score touchdowns. You're not winning kicking 3 field goals. You got to score touchdowns.
I've seen teams.
Well, guess what?
What was you gonna say, Tsunami?
I've seen Denver win a couple games with all field goals.
Thank you.
I mean, it happens sometimes. That don't happen. That's not a consistent thing that happens. You're not winning games consistently in the NFL when all you could do is kick field goals. It's not happening.
Bro.
Play defense.
Yeah.
Defense.
Man retired.
What team could defend Kansas City? You gonna stop? What team could defend Kansas City? The best defense in the league ain't stopping them.
All right, all right. You said it right there. The best team in the best defense in the league can't. So field goals don't even matter in that instance. We're talking about
touchdowns.
No, you're not going to outscore Kansas City. You're not going to outscore them. So what you need to do, right? You got to win special teams. You got to get some block punts, some field goal blocks. You got to create some fumbles on kickoffs, punt returns, and all. That's what you got to do. Because you're not going to really stop them offensively. You're not. But I think back to the question when we talked about Dallas and should they should they pay Dak? They're not going to pay Dak if he doesn't do something this year. If they don't make it at least to the Super Bowl or to at least the NFC Conference Championship, the NFC Championship, he's out of there. They're not going to pay him, or they'll franchise tag him again and string him along till nobody wants him like Cam Newton.
All right, let's move on to the next question. So Kevin Durant predicted that the Bucks and Clippers will be playing in the finals. Do you agree with KD? Tsunami, what you think?
Nah, I don't agree with Kevin Durant at all. And I'm surprised he didn't pick Brooklyn. Like even though Kevin, real talk, KD keep it as 100% as possible. My man is still on the team and said, nah, them dudes is trash without me and Kyrie Irving. They gonna lose automatic. Like he ain't even try to fake it. He was like, nah, they trash over there in Brooklyn. I don't know what they doing. Anyway, out of the West, I don't think. LA. In the West, I'm gonna be honest. I think anything can happen. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb, and I know y'all gonna kill me for this, but I think Denver gonna come out of the West. They just got everything over there, bro. They strong. They super strong. I can see them sneaking out of there and out that bubble and out the West. The East, I like Miami, man. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. I just like how Miami playing. I like the way they run their offense, the way they playing defense. They just hungry, man. It's just a lot. On the East, anybody come out. I like Miami over there. I like Indiana, the way Indiana playing right now. Obviously you got your top dogs playing good over there. So the East is just anybody game. And I don't want to give it to Milwaukee because Giannis can't shoot. You stuff paint, he can't do nothing. So he can prove me otherwise. I can't give them the championship. So I'm gonna go Miami on the East, and on the West, I forget what I said on the West. Denver. So I'm gonna go Denver, Miami.
Wendy Dan, what you thinking? Do you agree with KD?
I'm gonna tell you, like, I think, like, with everything that's being said, like, it would be bad if I didn't agree with KD, because, like, anybody who disagree with KD, he get mad at that. So I really don't want him to be mad at us
Well,
or
that's
be
his
mad
fault.
at me.
He'll be all right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, ooh, I almost can't disagree with him. I can see that happening, but like I said on the last episode, I can see two teams that we ain't even think would be in there being in there. I like what Tsunami said about Miami. Miami has a chance to sneak. This is bubble. This is bubble life. This is not the regular NBA. This is bubble life. And I think anybody have a chance in the bubble right now. Anybody has a chance. This is like going and playing in one of those tournaments AAU style. That's what it is. This is AAU basketball. AAU pro-am basketball. So anything can happen. You know, we seeing the Lakers not do well right now, but I don't think you should worry about that right now. You got to figure out who can play and who can't play. But anybody has a shot right now. Anybody has a shot. See, I see Tsunami over there laughing and giggling and geeking. That's all right. That's all right. You like to see the Lakers lose. You're the Lakers hater. But I can see Portland and Denver being in the Western Conference Championship. I don't know if that could happen mathematically, but I can see it happen because Denver is really playing good basketball. That was one of the sneaky teams that I thought could make a little run, you know, based off of what they have. They're very deep, and they got ballers out there, you know. And Portland, I like what they have going on with the bigs down there. They have a lot of bigs and they have a lot of shooting. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. You know, Houston is proving a lot of people wrong, including myself right now. But I don't think that's going to last because at the end of the day, you shooting that much. Like at a certain point in time, like when they get to crunch time, like them 3-pointers is not going to fall. Not going to fall, you know. So, no, man, like I'm on the fence about this one. And I know I got to make a decision. I can see where KD is coming from. Not going to call him a hater. You know, he's looking at basketball from his eye lenses and what he sees. And when you look at it, the best two and probably most consistent teams will probably be Milwaukee and the Clippers as far as consistency is concerned. So I am going to say I agree with Kevin Durant. Reluctantly.
I don't agree with him. Like personally for me, I agree with the Clippers. Like they've been my team to come out of the West. Like, I got them winning the whole thing. I had them winning the whole thing all year. Like I'm not gonna change that right now. Like I'm gonna stick with my pick. Like I got the Clippers winning the championship this year. I just feel like they're too strong. Like in a bubble on an island, back in the regular season, I don't care where we at. Like in a 7-game series, I just don't see a team beating them. Like they got defensively, they're very, very strong. Offensively, they probably got the top two-way wings in the league on their team with Kawhi and Paul George. Like they got my man 94 feet Patrick Beverly, picking people up along the court when he gets back. Like Montrezl Harrell's not even playing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Zubac is playing well. Like they signed Noah to give them some more depth. You know what I mean? Like I really, really like the Clippers. Like they got a great coach. I love Doc Rivers. You know what I mean? I think he's an awesome head coach. Like I feel like they're complete. Like, and I still don't think they're even firing on all cylinders yet. You know what I mean? Like I think I think in the playoffs, it's going to be hard to beat those dudes. I really really like the Clippers a lot. I think they're going to come out the West. They got a lot of versatility. They could throw a lot of different lineups at you, like at any given time. Like they got lineups to run with everybody. With every team in the West, they got lineups to match everybody. They got lineups to match with Houston. That small ball, like they got lineups to match that in Houston. Like I really like the Clippers a lot. I think they're very strong. But where I disagree is in the East. I don't have the Bucks coming out the East. Like I think Giannis is definitely they're definitely the top team in the East right now. Like Giannis, he's an MVP candidate. That boy's a beast. I like Middleton. I don't think he gets enough respect as like his co-star player on team. I like Chris Middleton a lot. But I just think in the playoffs, Giannis has yet to prove that his offensive skill set in totality is one that could win in the playoffs because he still can't shoot consistently. And in the playoffs, when you have the defense to compose, when they stop him from attacking the rim like that all game, he's going to have to be able to make shots. So until he could do that, like I can't roll with him leading the team to the finals yet. Like I just can't. Like but with that being said, I think the team that could come out the East is Boston. I feel like Boston they have two wings that defend and could get buckets. Tatum is a walking bucket. Like I really like the chemistry with Kemba Walker this year. I think Kemba, he just did something for that team that Kyrie couldn't. I'm not saying he's a better player than Kyrie, but the way he meshes on that team, he did something for them that Kyrie Irving could not, because they're playing much better with Kemba running the show. I like Brad Stevens. Like I'd give a lot in the NBA with good coaching mixed with good players. Like, I feel like you got to have a real good coach to help win in the NBA. I like Brad Stevens a lot. I think that they have the versatility. Marcus Smart could defend almost every single position. Like they got tough guys over there. I like the addition of Kanter, even though like he's a liability sometimes on defense, but he could rebound his ass off and he finishes in the paint. Like, you know what I mean? I think as far as that East go, I just feel like the Boston in a 7-game series, I feel like they'll give Giannis fits. Like, and if Giannis can't develop a jump shot, like he's going to be like, he's not like his offensive versatility is not one that he needs that jump shot in his repertoire to help his game and to help his team. Like he needs that. You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily believe in the other pieces, the role pieces he has around him like that to actually win and come out and represent the East. Like, yes, they could do it. I know they're the top team. I know they've been playing well all year, but I just feel like Boston is going to be my team that comes out the East. I think Boston's going to be able to do it.
Well, I'm going to let you know something. I'm going to start with this before I say anything else. In the East, it's going to come down to coaching. And the top 3 coaches in the East would probably have to be Spoelstra, Budenholzer, and Brad Stevenson. So one of those 3 teams are coming out the East.
Nick Nurse could coach.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You're right. Thank you. Nick Nurse. You know what I mean? But, Nick Nurse. I definitely have to say that. I've been riding that wave a little bit as far as like his coach and
who's the coach in Indiana? Nate McMillan?
Oh, Nate is a beast because Nate is gonna have them always in defense. Nate is always going to play defense. So like I guess Eastern Conference wise, they may be about 5 teams. You know what I mean? When you look at coaching and the ability for them to coach their way out the bubble, that's what you're gonna have to do right now. You got to coach your way out the bubble. I always felt that the West was going to kind of knock themselves off one way or another. So I think it's definitely a question mark who's coming out the East. you can't just possibly say that Milwaukee is coming out the East. When you look at Milwaukee, they've historically had a problem with the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. If you look at the last couple of years, they've had problems when they had to play Boston. But also another thing, I think when you look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they have role players. I think they have role players. I think Brook Lopez has been like really, really good for them.
Agree. Agree. I think Robin Lopez been good for them. The Lopez brothers been all right for them.
You know, Robin Lopez, he's been another one. You got to look at Middleton. They got George Hill over there. You know what I mean? They got a couple of young boys over there.
Is my man from Notre Dame? I think he's still hurt though. I'm not sure he's playing yet.
Who that? Oh, they got DiVincenzo over there. Like, stop playing. They got some firepower over there. Don't say you don't believe in them.
Yeah, but I don't believe in them. I mean, they got a nice piece, but I don't believe in them yet. Like, in order to believe in you got to show me you could do it. They haven't done that yet.
It comes down to it. Giannis gonna have to win those games making jump shots. The question is, do you believe he can make those jump shots? And I don't believe he can. He haven't shown me he could.
His jump shot's gotten a little bit better though.
That's why I was saying regular season ain't the playoffs, because regular season he could just pull up and practice. This ain't practice no more. It's time for the real.
It's the bubble. It's the bubble though. This is not like what we fail to realize when we talking about this. I think we're looking at this from our standpoint of, all right, this is the regular NBA playoffs. This is the bubble. Anything can happen in the bubble. You know what I mean? When you break it down, when you slice it, dice it, we talking about teams that we wouldn't even have mentioned to be in a playoff run or win a championship. We was talking about Phoenix last night. You see what I'm saying? Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nah, but
you see what I'm saying?
That's true.
When you talk about the bubble, anything can happen in this type of playoff atmosphere where there is no home court advantage. Now let's scratch that. Let's scratch playoff advantage. Home court advantage in any of these series. We're in the bubble.
Yeah, we balling. We just balling, right?
There we go.
We in the bubble, we balling. So with that, we in the bubble, we just balling. You still don't like the Clippers?
Yo, that was my last thing. I don't know if you guys saw. Like, I picked up my phone. Like, my phone was ringing, right? And I picked it up, and it was LeBron James, and he told me. I'm serious. He told me. He said that F dot guy that's talking this Clippers foolishness, like, oh, that's who you've been riding with all season, and you like what's going on over there. And I mean, it can only be one team from LA. It can only be one team from LA. And when playoff basketball turns up, my man LeBron, that's my guy. You know what I mean? Because as you guys know, I don't have a basketball team. I like players. And wherever LeBron go, you know what I mean, I get on the plane and I go with him. That's my loyalty to him. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like that.
I thought LeBron was calling you to ask you why you took his jersey down, because they lost.
Well, listen. The jersey was outside, and you know you got to get it washed up and cleaned up. Like, listen, we already have we have the number 1 seed already. See, Tsunami. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a call in a little while from him because he sees all the stuff you doing too. He sees that and he doesn't like it.
Hey, he gonna be like that. I called him, took his jersey. You ashamed of my boy. He hurt his joint. Took his jersey.
Nah. Come on, man. You gotta wash and clean up the jersey. We getting ready for the playoffs. We already got the number 1 seed. We rocking and rolling. But like I said, we can get back.
No, y'all rolling. Y'all ain't rocking and rolling. Y'all playing terrible right now.
So guess what? At the end of the day, what I'm gonna tell you too is this. You know what I mean? Nobody gets a trophy for winning these last 8 games. You know what I mean? We plug in different pieces. We playing who we could play. We trying to see who's going to be ready for the long haul. See,
So you got the Lakers come. So you got the Lakers coming out the West, right?
See, you starting to ask questions that I don't want to answer right now.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Because I'm watching quarantine bubble basketball.
Well, you go wherever LeBron go.
Exactly. That's my guy.
So you got the Lakers coming out the West.
And listen, we have to have a lot more conversations on this right here. We're going to talk about what happens. Right now, we're not going to talk about that. What we're talking about is, you know what I mean, Kevin Durant said that it would be Milwaukee and the Clippers.
Yeah.
And I said that I agreed that it could possibly be them. But I'm going back to my original answer from last night. It might be some teams that we never thought that we would see. And I think that might be good for basketball. You know, their championship might have the asterisk by it. But it'll be good for basketball, you know. It's good to just see basketball right now. Tell you the truth.
You know what's good for basketball? The fact that when they testing results just came in, they had 0 positive testing results. That's good for basketball. That's great for basketball.
Absolutely.
Like on a side note, you know, I mean, kind of getting away from the question a little bit. I just really, really believe in what like Adam Silver's doing, what the NBA's doing. Like, you know, I mean, they're doing a good job over there. You know what I mean? And I applaud the players because they have to be disciplined in this situation. Like, they really, really have to be disciplined. You know what I mean? And we know some of them, you know, there's some stuff or whatever, but for the most part, like, they really, really buying into this, like, and it's showing, like, you know what I mean? I really commend the NBA right now. Like, they really doing a real good job, man. So I commend them, those guys over there.
Yo, shout out to Adam Silver and all the NBA players, you know, being as disciplined as they are. You know what I mean? That was one of my major concerns from the beginning.
Facts.
With the NBA coming, would everybody be as disciplined as they need to be? But as I said, like, if you're going into the bubble, you're going to play basketball. All that other stuff, it could wait. You know, for the people who really wanted to get back to playing hardcore basketball and giving the fans what we really wanted to see out there, I think I definitely.
My boy, not Money Dame with the technical difficulties. See, he went to sleep again. Tsunami.
He went to sleep with his eyes open this time.
He went to sleep again. Tell me my boy ain't go to sleep again. Yo, you know what though? That happens sometimes. So as we figure out what's going on with Money Dame. He back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, he back. Yo, we thought we lost you again.
I mean, you know, on my Harry Houdini. I said,
Man, Tsunami said you went to sleep with your eyes open this time.
Nah, not at all.
Nah, see, you was talking crazy, so they had to cut you off. You was talking crazy.
Nah, listen, I told you, I just told you, you know what I mean?
LeBron called you, they cut you off.
Yeah, that's what happened. I had to take that call, and he said he didn't want me live. Talking about Tsunami, he said Tsunami over here, he talking crazy. That's what he said. He said Tsunami talking crazy. So he said if we ever get to see Dallas, he said he's gonna put numbers up on y'all. Don't worry about it though.
Oh.
Yeah, let's finish this episode, man. It's talking nonsense.
All right, last question for the night. All right. Can Cam Newton and Bill Belichick work? Can that relationship work for the New England Patriots to have a successful season this year? Money Dame, what you think?
Ooh. With all the stars being aligned correctly, I think anything could work. I think that's a tough mixture, and it's going to depend on if they could sit down in the room and see eye to eye. You know, the Belichick way is not a whole lot of talking, not a lot of media, not a whole lot of flash and glitter and glam. And that's Cam Newton. And I think that's one of the problems that he had as far as getting a contract and kind of being blackballed from the team, because what the Carolina Panthers did to him, me personally, I think that was horrible for them to do that to an MVP. But you never know what happened behind closed doors and everything like that. But Cam has never been picture perfect as far as accepting responsibility. And, you know, when you win with class, and when you lose, you got to lose with the same type of class that you win with, you know. And it's been a lot with Cam, with towels over your head, you know, not wanting to speak to the media, head down in the face of adversity. And, you know, hopefully Belichick can bring a different level to Cam's game and to his preparation and to his willingness to stick to the script and be all about winning and not be about talking, not be about the media and the cameras and the glamours and the glitz, but to stick to winning. And I mean, if Belichick did this with Tom Brady, a 6th-round draft pick from Michigan that nobody ever thought was going to amount to what he amounted to, imagine what he could do with Cam and all that ability. So the question is, to me, can they sit down in a room? And if they can sit down in a room and come to some type of common consensus, it can work. But I see more negatives coming from this than positives, honestly speaking.
Nami, what you think?
I gotta agree with Money Dame 100%. I think them two is like oil and water. You know, exactly what Money Dame said. You know what I'm saying? Is what Bill epitomizes Bill Belichick is the whole opposite of Cam Newton. The thing about Cam Newton, though, is that I will give him props for is that when it's time to work, he's very professional about his work and how he go about preparing for each and every single game. With that being said, I think that'll be the ultimate factor in them two getting along, because Cam know he only here for one season. He got to come in here and show people that he can still do it. So I feel like he's going to put in the work. He's going to do everything he got to do. He's going to show the NFL that he's still ready. And then he's going to go out there and earn his money. That's just, you know, what I expect to happen. As far as what's going to happen, we got to see, man, because that's going to be a fiery mixture right there.
Yeah. Fiery mixture. I like that. I actually think the relationship can work between them two. Like, I don't know why people don't like Cam Newton for some reason. Like, I really don't understand. Like, I know he might dress nutty, but, like, give the brother a break, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not a troublemaker. He don't be getting in trouble. He don't be acting wild, crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Cam, you know what I mean? Yes, like Money Dame said, you know, with the media and accepting responsibility, you know, he got to do better with that. But he's not a bad guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and when he plays, when he's healthy, like, he's super productive. We talking about an MVP. We talking about a guy who led his team to the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Cam's, when he's healthy, he's still that dude. You know what I mean? Like, he got a point to prove. Yeah. And honestly, Belichick got a point to prove. Like, both of them are in a real good situation because I think both of them kind of need each other. Like, Belichick got to prove that he could win without Brady. And Cam got to prove that he's still that guy. Like, we disrespect him. Like, he's still not one of those dudes at the quarterback position. And I think they could both help each other in both of their individual missions to help the team. Like, I really think they could both help each other. Like, I think Cam, he got to be open to Bill Belichick coaching him, which I don't think he's going to have a problem with that because he knows the situation he's in. I don't think he's going to have a problem with the way Bill Belichick coaches. You know what I mean? But Belichick, you know, Cam's a star. He might have to give a little. You know what I'm saying? And I think he could do that. You know what I mean? But, like, Bill Belichick is going to have the chance to prove that he could win without Tom Brady. And what better quarterback to have to prove that chance than a former MVP and Super Bowl and a quarterback that took his team to the Super Bowl? Like, I like what Bill Belichick has, and I think if Cam is able to get this done, like let's say Cam and Belichick get to the Super Bowl and they don't even win. Let's just say they get there. That was an accomplishment. Because you were starting the season with Jarrett Stidham. Like, if you get Cam and y'all go to the Super Bowl, even if y'all don't win, that's an accomplishment in itself. And who's to say that Cam don't perform so well and under Belichick that New England don't re-sign him? You know what I'm saying? It could be a win-win for both of them. Like, I just think that this is a real good opportunity for both of them, because I feel like they both have something to prove, and I feel like they could both use each other right now in a way that I feel like will be productive for both of them and the team.
I'm gonna tell you right now what I could see if I had a crystal ball. It'll be the situation with him going to New England and with Josh McDaniels over there and the type of offense that they run. And if Cam can get to the point where he's getting the ball out of his hands really fast and saving himself and then running when he needs to, that's something that New England has never had. A quarterback who could run the ball, and be dynamic at that position. They are going to protect him, but the key is going to be him getting the ball out of his hands and learning his receivers and everything like that. The defense is already intact over there. But for the NFL right now, during this quarantine and coronavirus, what would be better than for us to see a Super Bowl with Belichick versus Tom Brady? If the stars were to align with that, that might be the most viewed Super Bowl in history. And Belichick, he's proved that he's a winner. He finds ways to win. Hopefully this whole situation doesn't blow up like the Antonio Brown situation did. But they have pieces over there. They really, really, truly do.
Especially on defense.
Yeah, and what I tell you, defense wins ball games. Until they can get themselves together how they need to get themselves together, as far as being able to score points and how they're going to score points and how the offense is going to look. We already said, like, when you look at the AFC, it's not too many teams making noise. Not too many at all. So this is a perfect situation. And I do not think by any stretch of the imagination that Cam will be in New England after this year. Win, lose, or draw. This is a situation where Cam can get his money because New England does not pay quarterbacks. If they didn't pay Tom Brady,
they barely pay anybody.
There you go. So if they didn't pay Tom Brady, they're damn sure not going to pay Cam Newton. Let's believe that.
But if they do, that would be the ultimate disrespect to Tom Brady, though.
Well, I mean,
Tom Brady wasn't missing those checks.
What'd you say? I
said Tom Brady wasn't missing those checks.
Yeah, but he wasn't. But he wasn't getting. But NFL contract wise, he wasn't getting paid the quarterback money he should have been getting paid though.
Absolutely.
But
know that.
But I think Tom Brady more so was a selfless individual, and it was more about winning. It's about getting that bag because he was more secure than the average. I wouldn't even say the average. The majority of the players in the NFL.
Agreed.
Yeah, his wife is a million.
Word. Facts.
So it helps you to be a selfless individual in that situation. But I think he's a good guy all the way around, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? But I would love to see him against Belichick in the Super Bowl next year. I would like to see Dallas be there, but if we could see Belichick versus Brady a year removed from them not re-signing him, oh man, that'll bring football back real quick if nothing else does.
Yeah, let's just hope that football, is successful in their efforts to having a season this year. You know what I mean? Let's just hope that happens. You know what I mean? We still wishing safety among everybody in any sport. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, anybody. Forget sports. We wishing safety for everybody. You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? Let's hope that, you know what I'm saying? Let's hope that football actually has a season so we can see all of this stuff develop. You know what I mean? That'll be the best thing. You know what I mean? But Money Dame, me and you gonna have to have we're gonna have to have a conference call after the show. We're gonna have to have a conference call after the show because you just said that defense wins games and you disrespecting Pittsburgh like they defense not real over there. Like, I don't know what's going on, Money Dame.
Listen, I'm just gonna let you know I didn't see Pittsburgh in the playoffs this year. So the defense couldn't have been that efficient.
All right, fellas, that's a question for another day.
You're right. You're right,
Tsunami. You're absolutely right.
You're right. Yo, thanks for tuning in. You always know it's great doing this with you fellas. Tsunami, any final words?
Nah, health and wealth. You already know. Peace and love.
You already know. Money Dame, any final words? Who you talking to, LeBron?
Yo, LeBron told me I can't talk to you after this.
For my jersey.
That's what he said, don't talk to F. Dot after this. We're not talking until tomorrow. Mañana.
Okay. I'll holla. We out.